Hello everyone and welcome back. This is going to be the last video that I have for you in the Johanna Basford series. This is her newest book, The Magical Jungle, that she just recently came out with. So I wanted to obviously take you on a flip through of the book and so that you can see just how wonderful this book is. And why I think I am in love with her coloring book series. I would love for her to create artist editions of all of her coloring books. That would be a dream come true for me, just because of the one artist edition coloring book that I showed you before. I'm absolutely in love with that. I know that there's lots of media that I would love to use to try in those, and knowing that it's just a thicker stock of paper is cool too. Again, this is an inky hidden adventure book, just like the rest of hers. So those are hidden inside this book, which I think is fun. Whether it's you finding them, or whether it's whether you let your kids find them, I think it's fun. Again, she has lots of 2-page spreads in here. I mentioned before that when I buy her books, I buy them in twos, because the first edition of the book, I like to, the first edition is kind of my trial and error, and then the second edition of the book is really my, like, finding my way and knowing what I'm doing, and then maybe the first version of the book, I like to cut them up. I like to use them on postcards. I like to use them on little inserts and tip-ins in my journals. I like to send them out for cards. I'll do some of the full page spreads. I'll cut them up and use them for backgrounds on cards, stuff like that. Just her images are so beautiful, so detailed, and they look amazing when they're colored and when they're finished. That since I've bought 2 of the books, it's easier for me to cut one up and to use the second one, and then that way I still have one of the books intact. And then that could go on my shelf, and if somebody wants to go through that book, that's fine. This book is, the paper is a little bit thicker than computer paper, and it's not as white as the paper in Lost Ocean, but it's maybe like an off-white color. Again, some of the pages are harder to color because it goes more in the spine, but again, I've mentioned before that that's not something that bothers me. But I can show you, like, a page like this once I'm done coloring it, and whatever I've done, whether it's watercolor or crayons or color pencils or whatever. Since I've bought 2 versions of this book, then I'm more likely to cut one of these up and use it as a background in a card, or frame it or something. I would love it if I could find each and every single one of these in a postcard size, because then I could just use those, but I don't always find things in the postcard size, so I'm still on a hunt for all of those. I do know that I've seen at least one of her books in postcard size. However, I do not have the postcards for her books as of yet, and I will say yet because I'm still on my adventure to collecting those. So obviously I am a coloring book collector. You can kind of see from the amount of videos I've posted lately how much I love coloring, how much of an advocate I am for coloring, and I feel like it's a stress reliever for me. I enjoy coloring and trying different media. I enjoy trying different techniques and things, and so I find that if I want to try a new technique, maybe in my journal, or a new technique on a canvas, a lot of times I'll get my coloring books out and I'll try it in there, because I think what better space is there to try a new technique out than something that's already kind of printed for you. So I think that that's an awesome idea for you as well, if you haven't thought of that before. I like to journal. I try to journal every single day if I can. And so I don't like to just put words on a page. Sometimes I will do a brain dump, and sometimes that's what I do. But other times I like to include different doodles. I like to include watercolor. I like to include pictures and photos and things. And so there's tons of things that I use to to do for my creative outlet, that I like to do something creative every day, as I've said. But you can kind of see how cool each and every single one of her photos, or each and every single one of her pictures that she's included in the Magical Jungle book. I love every single one of these. I don't know if I've mentioned before in one of the other videos, or maybe this video, but I have heard that she's creating a holiday one, maybe for Christmas. So I'm not sure when that's going to be out, but you can bet that I will get my hands on that. I think her books make wonderful Christmas gifts, or birthday gifts, or just thank you gifts in general. I know that one job I had, I worked at a call center, and so in the call center, in between calls, because you have to be there to take the calls, I would always have something to do. So I'd either read or I'd bring a coloring book in. So as long as I was there to answer the phone and take the calls, then that was fine. And so that was something that I did to keep myself busy throughout the day. Again, she has in the back where to find the specific things that she's hidden in this book. And if you like, you can even try to color those little images too. So she's done a wonderful job with the illustrations in this book. And this book specifically, which is something different she's done, she's included the color palette and test page, so you can test your pens, your pencils, your watercolors, your paints, whatever it is that you're using. She's included this in this specific book, which I think is an amazing idea, and I will definitely take advantage of that and her providing that in here. So she's got a few more pictures at the back. This one's actually in a grayscale, so a lot of her pictures are printed in black. This one's gray, which that one's new for her. So I really like that. I'm excited to see how that turns out. Really cool background photos. The flamingos are, they're so beautiful. I can't wait to color those like a hot pink color. Again, she didn't really do any flip outs in this book like she's done in the past, her past two books. She's done a couple flip outs. No really large flip outs in this book, but that's okay. Again, this book retails for $16.95. I think her books range between $15 to $17, and then obviously if you have a coupon, if the store allows a coupon, obviously use the coupon on that. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you have any questions or comments, leave those in the comment box below. I do my best to get to every single one of those. If you guys are following along with me in the Johanna Basford books, or any of the other books that I've mentioned, I did a review on the Animal Kingdom postcard set, and I also have the portable Color Me stress-free books, or the portable Color Me books, and I have 4 different ones of those. So if you've followed me in any one of those books, I'd love to see what you guys are doing, what you guys are creating, and how you're coloring, and kind of following along with me. I do plan on doing a couple of Color Me videos, which, as you know, those will be a little bit longer video. So if that's something you're interested in me posting, let me know in the comments below. I'll do my best to get that done for you. I will let you know some tips and tricks that I have found to be bits of inspiration for me, and stuff that makes it easier for me to complete a coloring book. I know when you are working out of multiple coloring books, it might feel like you've just got all these pages to color. So I'll kind of give you guys some tips and tricks and things that I do to keep myself going and progressing in my coloring books. So that's all I have for now. I will be back in the future with some more different videos for you guys, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Labor Day weekend. I will be out enjoying some of the weather and maybe a bonfire here and there. So I cannot wait to hear from you guys, and in the meantime, have a wonderful evening. Bye.